hackers for years have been able to steal things like documents and so on from your machine, right? So whether it's an endpoint or a server, hackers will always find a way to get in of some description, right? And the biggest problem from an attacker point of view, so from defenders are always concerned with how do I keep them out. But the attacker, their biggest concern is not getting in. They're going to assume they're going to get in eventually. Their biggest problem is what happens when they do get in. So this is a problem that we don't normally get faced with, but if you got access to, let's say, my laptop, what do you do with it? How do you turn that into monetize it, right? So obviously you can take credit card details, banking details, passwords, that sort of thing, and those are relatively easy to monetize. But what about all the other documents? What about like business plans or source codes or list of customers, that sort of thing? Who wants to buy that for a given victim? Well, so the attackers struggled for a long time with this because they knew that data is valuable, but attackers figure out a solution to this. So who would actually be willing to buy your data off you? Well, quite simply, you would, right? Guaranteed, because it's your data, it's of value to you. And that's the genius behind ransomware, which has grown a lot in the last 2 years, especially against home users and kind of small to medium enterprises. Essentially people who don't necessarily have thought out fully backup solutions in place. And modern ransomware will even go after backup solutions as well. And the first thing that happens when people get hit by something like this is they normally go online and they Google and think, there must be a solution. There must be a way I can get out of this without having to pay. Some tool I download and it all goes magically away. Well, in modern crypto ransomware like this, there isn't going to be one. If you use proper crypto, you are not going to crack it. I mean, you can literally run an algorithm until the solar system ceases to exist and you still will not have cracked the crypto in that time. So, also, if you listen to a lot of industry and listen to a lot of law enforcement and so on, they will give you advice not to pay, because of course you're sending money to criminals, right? Now, my personal opinion on this, and this is my personal one, not necessarily that of Trend Micro, is it depends, right? If this was my personal laptop at home, right, it isn't because it's Windows, but if it was my personal laptop at home, then if I don't have backups in place, and this is essentially telling me every picture you've ever taken of your kids, all of them, are now encrypted. And if you don't have them backed up, they're gone in 24, 48 hours unless you pay 500, 1,000 euros. Personally, I probably would end up paying, right? Just because it works. The attack works really, really well, unfortunately. And for me, these attackers are the absolute worst of the worst when it comes to cyber criminals. So if you look at somebody who does like banking malware, right, banking malware steals money, and obviously that's bad, but it temporarily alters your future, right? So in a near future, you're suddenly without money, but hopefully you'll get it back in some, or earn it back in some way, shape, or form. What ransomware does is it surgically removes your past, and you can never get it back. Once it's gone, and that's horrible. And personally, so we actually internally we have a portal kind of on one of our internal websites, where we can see statistics each day of like which ransomware we block, and there's also like discussions on the different solutions we're coming up with for it. And I check that about once a week, for that simple reason that for me, other malware aside, but ransomware, each one of those statistics where it says we blocked so many people in Belgium getting infected, or in Ireland where I'm from, it's not a statistic, it's a person's memories you've actually saved, or a business that you've actually saved. So that's a big motivator for me.